Hi, puppy.
Siri, how should I start this podcast? Who the heck is Lita? When Josh Wiggler's voice starts playing, hello, Lita, we're live.
Hi.
You seem like you're having some troubles over there.
Yes, Cassie is the world's smallest dog. She's the world's tiniest puppy, and therefore can definitely fit her whole body on my lap, and has definitely learned that.
We love when dogs think that they're puppies and they're not. It's very cute.
Yes, she is the world's smallest tiny little puppy, and she's right here with me. So yes, I was so looking forward to this chat. I was like, oh, I get to talk to Austin tonight. I always have such a fun time doing that. That 45 minutes ago, I was like, oh shit, I have to watch the Maryland episode.
It's not like required.
I was so close to getting like, I literally, with 45 minutes to go before this podcast, was like, oh, Kevin and I were in the middle of an episode of Legend of Korra, and I was like, wait, I am forgetting.
How far are you into Korra?
What?
How far are you into Korra?
We're on season 3. I've seen it all before.
Okay, because I still have never watched it through, and I'm tempted to.
Yeah, just deal with the first 2 seasons. 3 and 4 are amazing. I remember just in time. So here we are.
Well, that's good. It's very fresh for you. I watched last night because I worked today, and I gotta say, I don't even remember what notes I wrote down. So if I just go off into a different episode or something, you lead the way.
Well, that's better than I was very confused because I was like, okay, here we go to watch the Maryland episode, Survivor Maryland Terrapin Trials, episode 12. And I was like, that's so weird. Why does it say I've already watched this? And then I went on your tweet and I was like, no, episode 12 is definitely the one we're on. Like, why is this so... like, why does it say I've already watched it before I realized that we are not watching Terrapin Trials?
You could watch Feluke have... realize that her idol is not real again and play one. And...
I just wanted to relive all of the good old days of the lighthearted end game of Survivor Terrapin Trials.
Nothing better to... Cassie!
Cassie!
As I noted to you the other day, you definitely named her after Survivor Maryland Season 1 legend Cassie Salvo, right? Who's no longer Salvo. She just got married the other day.
Oh, wow. Congratulations to Cassie Salvo, who I've heard of before. Definitely, totally.
You've not. Yeah.
I don't know any Cassies in real life, so I didn't have any conflicts naming her Cassie because I don't have.
I know too. I like them, so no issues there.
No bad feelings. There are 2 Cassies on Legally Blonde: The Search for the Next Elle Woods.
That seemed like a good sign.
Yeah, and one of them is named Cassie O. And her name is Cassiopeia, so I call her Cassio.
Oh my God, it's Anders! Look at Anders coming to do some publicity tonight. He's like, "Oh, I got season 7 coming along. I'm going to listen to a Guts and Glory recap."
Yeah, get some inspo for whoever his Lita Brillman is that he's going to come on and recap the episodes with years later.
The fun thing is that he won't even know because at the time of me doing Guts and Glory, I didn't know you, and so he will have someone he doesn't know who went to high school
with his boyfriend.
Yeah. He does have a boyfriend, so
find out where his boyfriend went to high school and start contacting people who are 2 years younger than his boyfriend and never talk to him.
Yes, Anders, if you get on that, please start the search now. Cast a wide net. You never know what you could find, so I'm sure there's some great podcast talent in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Lita, will you be watching the premiere of Survivor Maryland Season 7 next Monday at 8 p.m.? I actually don't even know. It's some p.m.
So a week from today?
Yes.
That is my first day of work.
Oh, my gosh.
So I have to go in person from 5:30 to 8. Not from 5:30 to 8, from 8:30 to 5.
Can't imagine going in person.
Well, for you, it's like they took the time off. You're like essential-ish or whatever. I don't know what it is that you do. And I'm certainly not going to say it, even if I did. But for us, like, this isn't even like our job starting. It's just like the fellowship starting. So it's like a seminar that we do all day. And it's like, why could this not be on Zoom? I don't understand.
Does seem like it really could be, but I mean, as it doesn't make sense from a public health perspective, I'm sure you will appreciate getting to know some of the people and faces there in practicality, but I don't know.
Being away from my dog for 8 hours? I don't know about that. I don't think that's worth meeting any new people. Also, like, I have enough friends.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not interested in meeting any more people.
I find meeting new people just to, like, I like it from I don't really like doing it, but I like the possibilities it can explore. I mean, this might be an extrovert kind of mentality.
Yeah, no, I'm good, actually.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about the people that I know. Yes. What'd you say?
I said, let's talk about all of our favorite people in Guts and Glory that you do know.
Okay, sure.
Yes. As I let you know, so obviously you know who gets out at this point. So Evan will not be joining us tonight. I did text him a little bit about it, but didn't work out. And ultimately, I think I might just save the guest for the finale just to make it. I don't know. I don't want to wrangle people that much. There's only one episode between this and the finale, so
yeah,
we could
that's
do
fine.
That one. We could do a finale. I don't really.
Was care. Evan not interested, or was he just busy?
No, Evan was interested. He's just busy.
Okay. Oh, you have a claw. So I am out of seltzers. So I'm having a vodka ginger ale, which is not a me drink at all, but I bought the ginger ale when Gabby was coming over because I know that a whiskey ginger is Gabby's drink. So it's the only mixer I have in the house.
But then Gabby didn't drink that night, right?
No, she didn't. So now I just have this huge ass thing of ginger ale at my house, which I would never drink like without alcohol in it. So I'm just trying to get rid of it.
Well, that's like we bought Kentucky bourbon whiskey for like Danny was trying to make some like shrimp things with whiskey, whatever. And I know can't relate. And then we just had whiskey. We were like, what do we do? We don't drink whiskey. No, neither of us are just doing that.
You know who does drink whiskey?
You?
Lita Brillman. Yes. Can always pawn off whiskey to me.
Okay. Well, next time I know that, I will.
I know that. Well, what did you end up doing with the whiskey?
I honestly don't know.
Just make
for cooking again.
Yeah, you can make like Jack Daniel's barbecue BBQ sauce.
Yeah. There's some honey bourbon things.
I said barbecue. I said the word barbecue, but put the emphasis on it like BBQ. So I was like, you can make barbecue sauce.
BBQ, my favorite season. Definitely better than the current one.
Got him.
Big Brother jokes. Nailed it. Crap.
Holy crap. I can't believe this is Big Brother All-Stars.
I just watched Fargo. Have you seen Fargo?
Yeah, I've seen Fargo.
I mean, talk about fish out of water.
I know. He's kind of funny looking, in a general sort of way.
You're darn tootin'.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes. So good.
All right. Should we talk about the episode?
Sure.
I know. I hate dragging you through this, but alas, that is what we were here for. Well, what were your overall takeaways?
Well, I thought it was funny that Micah and Evan were like, oh, we're not Shannon's like, you guys can't give up. And they're like, we're not giving up. Anyway, let's get back to talking about which person from the other side we hope wins. Because we definitely are not going to.
Yeah, Evan and Micah, not the epitome of optimism.
Yeah, and I like that Evan is still blaming Alan like it's Alan's fault. Like, man, we dragged him along. Some of us like, wow, what a huge favor you did to drag Alan along this whole time. He couldn't even do this one thing we needed for him to do. It's like, I know he's kind of joking, but it's just funny. Poor Alan can't catch a break even in death.
Look, he had one job, Lita. One job.
Yeah, it's tough. I feel like they keep being like, hey, we've come back from numbers more insurmountable than this. And it's like, yeah, but you don't have 3 idols now.
Yeah. I love that you're like a simp for Alan now.
I absolutely am not. I just think it's very funny how much shit he gets.
It is a nice running joke. Well, and I'm not going to mention that he played before, otherwise we'd have to take a drink. So we don't want to do that. Yeah.
Never.
So
I would never drink.
Were you
on a podcast?
Never. At this point, Danny makes fun of me whenever I'm walking into this room for podcasting, and he just knows I'm going to grab a White Claw. And it's just like, it's like a reaction now. Mm-hmm. If I ever get like to buy my webcam, I have to have a drink.
Okay, perfect. That'll be great if you ever have like a professional Zoom call.
I wouldn't though, so it's fine.
But at like 9 a.m. or like a family thing, and you're like, have to grab a White
Family
Claw.
thing. I think I
You
did
guys are
that for a
family
family
Zoom people.
I think I literally did that for a family Zoom. It was just it was like trained in me.
Yeah. We're not family Zoom people, thank God.
We really don't do it. I've thought about doing one for my mom. This is not important. This is not interesting to anybody at all. The what was I saying? Did you think that the trio had a shot tonight?
No. I here's how I know that Molly doesn't have the range, is that, to use a Dom and Colin term, this was not in her range for Molly to make this move, because Molly is clearly a very insecure person, and she's always going to do the move that will make people the least total mad at her, right? So not necessarily the number of people, because it's 3 on each side, right? The Soka trio is going to be mad if she doesn't flip. Her alliance is going to be mad if she does flip. However, the Soka trio is expecting her not to flip. So they can kind of understand, and they're just sort of disappointed. They know that this is kind of a last ditch effort. She flips, and her 3 people are going to be like furious at her. So I feel like Molly acts in the interest of the least conflict. She wants people to like her the most, regardless of what that does for her game. And so I knew that she was not going to flip because she wanted the least amount of anger to be directed towards her. Because Molly seems like the kind of person that would start crying if somebody yelled at her.
That's an interesting take. I definitely hadn't thought of it that way, but I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think there's probably some element to that, and I do think, like, and watching this back, I still feel this way. I think she was really considering it, and it came down to, like, when she goes and talks to Katie, like, it feels like the kind of thing where she was fishing, where, like, she throws it out there, and if Katie had been like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, she would have been like, oh, I know, it is such a great idea. Like, I was so ready to do that. But as soon as Katie was like, I don't think it's a great idea, she's like, oh, you're right. I feel like she has that one person that she really trusts, and, like, she needs that person for the validation either way.
Yeah, but, like, if Katie had approved of the idea, then yeah, of course she would have done it, because then 4 people would have been on board with her and only 2 people would have been mad at her. So that doesn't run contrary to what I'm saying at all.
No, it
like,
doesn't. Yeah.
I of course think that she was considering it, but she was considering it because she was like maybe she was thinking that it was because, like, oh, this will be a big move and I'll get jury votes. But in reality, I think she was considering it because then, oh my God, the cool kids will love me.
Yeah. I mean, do you, what was I going to say? Do you think, I had a totally separate question. I forgot what I was saying. Molly, oh my God, this is terrible podcasting. Oh my God. I don't remember what I was saying at all. I totally forgot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too much White Claw.
Too much White Claw. Already 3 sips in. We're toasty. I was going to ask you I was going to say is, it's very obviously a terrible move for her, and I don't think she really ever should have considered it at all, but
right.
It was funny that she did. I think it was, like, actually genuine, and I think we're both on the same page there, so.
Yeah, I also don't know that it's a terrible move. I think it's a lateral move for her that maybe gets her remembered a little bit more in Survivor Maryland lore. I think she's not winning no matter what. So this is, well, it was maybe not lateral. It just so depends. I can't, like, analyze any of these moves without knowing fully if these people know it's a final 3 or a final 2.
Yeah, I guess I just, like, you see this episode, they started to suspect it was a final 3 just based on schedule of when the semester was ending. But I just, like, there's no reason to me, and I understand immunity is going to happen or whatever. There's no reason to me, if you're Molly, that you don't at least wait till 6, because otherwise you're flipping back in and it's potentially a 3-3 again at the next vote, and you've just probably gone down as, like, the dumbest survivor. Like, I think no one really respects you either way there. And
how is there going to be an opportunity to flip at 6? Isn't it going to be another tie?
If they had the same idea of getting out Alex, then they could have Matt, Molly, Katie, and then the other side's going to be like, great, we'll do the same thing again.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I feel like flipping at 7 is always a better bet than flipping at 6, but
I think it's only when there's such a tight other side of 3, but obviously they try to present that the other way. I was going to say, and this is the thing that got me sidetracked, as a scholar of acting, did you buy Evan and Shannon's acting performance here?
What was Evan and Shannon's acting that they like weren't working together?
Yeah, weren't working together, and at Tribal they had their little fight.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I thought that the Micah and Evan saying that oh my god, Shannon's such a huge threat, look how many idols she found, was a little far-fetched. And I fully believe that Molly bought it in the same way that Katie, with the quote of the episode, says, like, Molly doesn't know anything anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if she believed it. But, like, obviously they gave Shannon one of those idols. Shannon didn't just go and find all those idols. So, like, I get it. I don't know. I thought that the more interesting dynamic at Tribal was Evan versus Katie, because I think ultimately this argument doesn't really matter that much. But I also feel like Katie isn't really making the best case. Basically, everything Evan says, he's saying a voting block of 3, which is a pretty significant voting block of the jury, especially in a final 3. He is saying we are going to vote for Alex, and Katie is coming back at that with like, you don't know what's going to happen. And he's like, yeah, because it's me. I'm saying what I will do. And she was like, yeah. You don't know. And it's like, that's not a good argument. And then I also thought it wasn't a good argument to say, well, Micah, aren't you in the same position? Because Micah says good point, but what Micah could say is like, yeah, maybe, but I'm not in a position to flip right now. I'm not able to flip. Like, if I could make a big move to get out of that position, I would, but I can't.
Yeah, Katie was a little bit unleashed this episode, and it's a hard. I mean, I enjoyed it greatly, but I definitely think that there's. Oh, Cassie, what's she doing?
She's just sniffing. She's just
browsing. Oh, bless you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you.
No, you're welcome to distract me with a dog anytime. It's a dog and whistle show. Or dog and pony show, is that the word? I don't know.
A dog and whistle show.
I think I made that up. Cassie, what was your take on the Katie Tribal discussion? Oh no, she's not a podcaster. Not a podcaster.
Cassie.
Oh, she got camera shy.
She's terrified of the mic.
Oh my God. She's not ready for the big stage.
No, she really is at the far side. She just left the room.
She ran away. Oh my God.
She is she's not a podcaster, I guess. She's gonna go hang out with her dad and watch Lovecraft World or whatever that's called.
These microphones in my face. He just lets me watch in peace.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that Cassie would back me up and say it was an interesting little dynamic. Yeah. But I ultimately think like Evan is making a fruitless case. If Molly was convinced, then she would already be convinced. Like nobody is gonna hear that and be like, good point. Like Matt's not gonna hear that and be like, ooh, okay, let me flip. But I also feel like Katie is going way too hard for against this in a way that like maybe would make me a little nervous if I was in her alliance.
Yeah,
like, what is she so confident about? Has she,
I definitely don't think it was calculated. I think it was an emotional reaction. And, I mean, when someone says you have no shot, I think what's frustrating for her is that they're like, Alex is doing everything. And she's like, well, that's just not true at all. Like, he's not running the show here. And I can understand why that's frustrating for sure. It's an interesting position too, because I definitely don't think Katie played the best way, jury management wise, but at the same time, I think that she did not reveal that. I don't think she I think you get in a tough spot if at final 7, you're like, actually, Alex isn't controlling the alliance. I'm controlling the alliance. Or like, he's not really in charge, because then either Alex starts to flip or like you're saying, Matt and Molly start to get suspicious about where the positioning is. So it's such a hard balance where you don't want to put yourself as the top threat, but at the same time, you are potentially losing the game right here if you're not convincing them of that. So it's a tough balance to strike. And I think we can talk more later on about how it kind of ultimately plays out. But it's an interesting discussion, I think.
Yeah. Another interesting discussion is something that I had not considered before. Is Matt queer? Is Matt family?
I didn't ever think about that at all during the season, and now I don't know, and I feel like it's possible.
It had never really occurred to me, but for some reason during this episode, there was just something that was scanning to me.
I feel like it was the like drop in the tea with Molly.
Maybe. I feel like his hand gestures, his head movements, there is something latently queer about Matt, last name, Chinese student.
Matt Chinese student, yes.
Yes.
We that's an unsolved mystery of Survivor Maryland, I will say.
Wow, you can't solve that with all of the mutual friends you have with him?
I feel like 4 years later, it would be really weird to be like, hey, by the way, I had a question for you.
Well, you could ask somebody else.
I've had this discussion with people. I don't think, okay. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. I mean, listen, I've DM'd. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I think that there was one time where I got close to confirmation, but I don't honestly know for sure. And I'm not, to each their own.
Cassie is looking at me like, are you going to do that again? Yeah, I mean, I have DM'd American Ninja Warrior contestants to just ask if they're Jewish. So I feel like you should be able to DM your former contestants and ask if they're gay.
You should have asked about the, what was it, the anti-Semitic one or whatever? No. Oh, no, like it was like whatever that really bad American Ninja Warrior thing was. You should just do like a screening.
He raped a child.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Which is a little bit different from being anti-Semitic, I would say.
I just remembered it was something bad. That's all I know.
No, he had sex with a 16-year-old. So that's like a little bit different than anti-Semitism, but they are similar in that they're both bad. I love that you assume that he got like news coverage for being anti-Semitic and like barred from the American Ninja Warrior community.
Deshaun Jackson did, although I'm not sure he got barred. Deshaun Jackson got coverage for being anti-Semitic.
Deshaun Jackson is so much more famous than an American Ninja Warrior winner.
That's certainly
whose name
true.
you don't even remember.
What do you have to say about this? What is the Jesus Christ Austin? I've said much worse on this podcast. This was not my worst. And let's not even start with what Danny did.
Let's not even start. No, I do not expect anyone to be fully aware of the allegations against American Ninja Warrior contestant Drew Dreschel, who no one has ever heard of unless you watch the show.
At least I knew there was something. I'll say that. I think that puts me
did that come up in your daily sports briefings that you get at your sports meetings?
It's called the water cooler.
Okay.
You can sign up. We still meet there, even during COVID.
Oh.
What else we got? Should we go? We can go. I don't think we need to go super in depth, but just read through chronological or enjoyable moments.
Sure.
Okay, unless you had other discussion points you wanted to get to. I don't remember if I cut something off.
No, I don't know what the Soldier's Creed is, but I hate it. I know I don't like it or agree with it.
I didn't think you would be.
No, the Soldier's Creed is like never admit defeat, never hang out with the trans person.
No, hey. This is not fair because, as I told you, Shannon very actively fought against the trans, like very actively.
Well, I don't think that Shannon wrote the creed.
Well, that's also true. I think the Soldier's Creed is just like...
I think that the Soldier's Creed, as it pertains to the U.S. military, is like, their oil is ours. It doesn't matter if they die. We deserve more funding than the entire healthcare system.
No, I actually think I think is a very limited thing. I think the Soldier's Creed is mostly about if you basically get like captured, you're like not supposed to like give up basically and give all the information and give up your fellow soldiers. So it's like, I will never give up. I will never accept defeat because like you shouldn't give in. Like there's still hope. You'll get rescued.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now.
I could have made that entirely up. That's what I remember from it.
Ugh, yeah, it's not great. Gotta say, my favorite one is I am an expert and I am a professional. It's literally like Shangela. I am a professional. Did someone order a professional?
What can we? Am I making an idol clue?
I am an American soldier. I am a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the United States and live the Army values. Army values is capitalized for some reason. I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. Oh my god, this is so long. I'm a guardian of freedom and the American way of life. I stand ready to deploy, engage, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat. Yikes. Soldier's Creed is Hallelujah. My Soldier's Creed, Hallelujah.
My Soldier's Creed is I'm Roxy Andrews and I'm here to make it clear.
It's just like listed in the same way. You know you love me, baby. That's why you brought me here. Was a bitch on season 5. I'm gonna make it right. Just Shannon being like, as I learned in the military, give me a sewing challenge and I'll give you what you like.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first lesson you get.
I mean, the Soka Trio really is full of tricks, baby, just like on Halloween. Like, they have a bag of tricks a la Tony. You know, a room full of monsters that makes me want to scream.
They are a room full of monsters.
Yeah, I hope that the Soka Trio is little monsters.
Yeah, that's probably
and not their Lady Gaga stands.
Yeah, I got it. I got what we meant here.
I don't know. You listen. I don't know what you know.
No, I feel like Gaga is I'm decently versed in. Like that's not because I was a Lady Gaga. That honestly was probably the first sign for me is I was a big Lady Gaga fan in high school.
Oh yes, you have a Facebook note analyzing paparazzi.
Paparazzi
video. The Alejandro video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch? You know what? Actually, it's funny. I forgot. Anders is aware of this, but I don't remember why there was something in like our All Stars group chat, and Evan was Roxy Andrews, and I literally don't know why and what the context was. I just know that he was Roxy Andrews in the group chat. So
because he was here to make it clear.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe
and Matt is here to make it queer.
Yes. Matt was not in that group chat. Spoilers, Matt's not in All Stars.
I will say my runner-up for my favorite quote of the episode, just jumping ahead to the superlative, is that Molly is staying at home for the challenge with back issues, which, like, you can even come and watch. And Austin said, so your odds just all improved. Yeah, because Molly was going to win immunity. 100%. Thank God that huge immunity threat is out of the challenge.
I mean, honestly, they weren't very good at this challenge. I feel like somebody going really slow and taking their time might have actually won.
I don't think of Molly as a slow and methodical person. I think of Molly as having a very frantic energy. Why were they so bad at this? How is counting that hard?
It's just one of those things where if you don't get it right away, you just don't get it. Like you
don't know which one you got wrong.
Yeah, you start to change all the wrong things. I mean, I will say Shannon got one pretty early, and so that usually is a pretty good sign of doing things better. But I don't know what happened, but yeah, they were struggle bussing.
So was I supposed to know if anybody found the idol?
I would say it wasn't meant to be totally vague, but I feel like I would have shown it at least up till this episode. I think nobody found the idol.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because sometimes I'm taking notes and I miss things. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't like miss a Kelly Wentworth like idol grab moment. But I figured there would have been a confessional. Yeah,
well, and I will note this will happen before the Cambodia Kelly Wentworth idol. So
I think
real inventor of challenge idols.
They're taking cues from you. Kierhofer better get a Costco membership so he can get some eggs for challenges.
He needs to include more eggs in challenges. It's devastating.
I'm always saying that.
If you're not sucking them, are you living?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of I just tried the vegan just egg for the first time, and now I'm going to stock up on it and feel like Austin in his house just surrounded by eggs.
Just as long as you aren't sucking on them, then you're not me.
It would be hard to suck on them because it's a liquid.
Oh, well.
That you scramble into scrambled eggs.
Oh. Well, okay then. But I'm happy for you for stocking up and doing what you should be doing.
To pay an homage to Gunkle Austin.
Yeah, yes.
World's coolest Gunkle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Should we talk about that too? We're just jumping around. So,
whatever.
Thoughts on everything Micah at Tribal.
I feel turned on and also confused, which is sort of like the two emotions that I felt most of the time in quarantine. I don't understand this. I don't know why he did this. I guess because he thought maybe he was going home potentially, and so he wanted that All-Stars invite. Make sure he was a big fan favorite. Maybe he wanted the Sprint fan favorite money.
Sia loves when you rip your shirt off, I heard.
Yeah, this was wild. I liked the World's Coolest Ant sweatshirt. I feel like I've seen that before. Have we seen that on the show before, or has Micah worn that IRL when I've seen him?
You might have seen Micah wear it IRL. It's been it would become a defining thing for Micah to the point where honestly, literally everybody picked up on it, and I don't think I was even aware of it going through Guts and Glory. But it was just like it was a meme for Micah. Yeah, I mean, two of the iconic Micah moments coming through at this tribal, the World's Coolest Ant sweatshirt and the buff, like those are two looks. He did a reveal.
Yeah, I've never seen this. I've never seen a screenshot of this or anything. I didn't know about Micah's topless instance. I felt like someone was going to say, get this guy some peanut butter or something to just pay homage to the great topless legends of Survivor.
Yeah, I mean, Alex just said he should win the game.
We stand the gays, honestly. Micah is not one of them. I don't know if this person thinks that Micah is family, but he is not.
Yeah.
He's just the rare straight with a cartilage piercing.
With a conscience? Oh.
Yeah, with a conscience. And with a cartilage piercing, which you don't see a whole lot on the streets.
Maybe Oreo Cookies 32 is just saying we stand the gays. It could be unrelated to anything else.
Well, yeah. Also, just like us being on this podcast.
It's true. That would be standing the gays.
This person, Oreo Cookies 32, has never heard of Survivor Maryland. It's just like seek out all content with queers on it.
We could be like the bitter jurors and be like, we're the first ever queer. Oh, we are probably the first ever. No, I don't know if we are the first ever queer Survivor Maryland podcast, but
are there Survivor Maryland podcasts? Period.
I mean, if you count like an episode, like a live one that like Anders hosted or something.
Okay, that's true. But I mean, Dom and Colin are not queer, so
it really is the only other option.
I mean, they cover Survivor Maryland, right?
It's true. They've been known for that. They've been called out by that by certain people.
Okay, yeah, it's Shannon Gates, not Shannon Gaze.
Oh.
It's Adam and Eve. Not
the penetrating male Gates.
God, I hate the male gaze. The male gates is what I meant, but also the male gaze.
So penetrating. Let's see, what else did I have? The confessional. Well, speaking of our conversation from earlier, I did enjoy. I don't think I aired this last week, but I did in the previously on. Matt saying, "Alex, I can't believe I'm putting my ass on the line for you."
Yeah,
and I thought that there probably were multiple people out there who probably would.
I feel like I came to the realization that Alex reminds me of he should be played by Ken Marino in a biopic. Do you know who Ken Marino is?
Vaguely, and I feel like I get what you're saying, but I don't.
They're like kind of voice twins, and also like Ken Marino kind of always plays an asshole. So it like everything he says, it kind of works. But he's from like Party Down and also like every comedy movie ever.
What about Ken McNichol?
I can't even.
He can also work.
Yeah, I feel like any guy who's like, I had the idol, and then Ken McNichol is my Ken McNichol impression is just Zoolander. There's more to life than being just a ridiculously good-looking millennial. I mean, Gen X, whatever. Whichever one he was, because he was definitely like a millennial, but was on the Gen X tribe. But whatever.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did I have?
Can we continue with Micah's fashion choices? Because at the scene where he's at the table with Evan and Shannon, the one where Evan says, "May the odds be ever in your favor," which might be my That's So 2018 moment. I don't know. Yes. I guess the Hunger Games was like way before that, but I feel like that is so overquoted that I would never hear somebody say that in 2020. But like the movies were coming out around that time. Anyway, at that scene, Micah is cosplaying as Ash Ketchum. He's got like a blue shirt and a red hat and his hair is like just so he looks just like Ash from Pokemon.
I did not notice that, but I did notice the Micah fashion where in his confessional when he's wearing the blue shirt and the yellow sunglasses, and it just like always makes me think of the beach.
That's so lovely.
Yeah. It just I don't know. I just like I feel like I need to be out there like hitting a like.
Is this how you play? This is how you play volleyball?
It is just back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a mix of like dancing and volleyball. Dance volleyball.
Which are the two main beach activities.
Yes, dancing and volleyball, as we know. No water activities.
Yes.
No. Did you if you survived a rock draw, would you have Katie's reaction with the screaming and then singing Zombie Nation?
What's Zombie Nation?
Oh,
I didn't know that was called that.
It is.
Wait, that's so funny because like that's like a college sports song, like it's always played at college stadiums.
Not Combination Army though, to be clear.
So what I was gonna say is that song that's always played at college games, but also so is Seven Nation Army. So maybe there's something there where this is all secret indoctrination about our nation.
Well, as Anders is pointing out, this is part of my sports briefing, but it's funny because the Zombie Nation backstory is that at Maryland, they always used to play it a lot. But then when there was like a break in the music, everybody would yell, "Fuck Duke." And like so loud that the TVs would pick it up. So then they banned Zombie Nation. And everybody was pretty sad. And then I set up this whole meeting with the athletic department. And I tried to convince them to bring back Zombie Nation. And they almost did for a Duke game. But they did a test run and everybody still said, "Fuck Duke." So then they just were like, "No, we're not doing it." But actually,
meanwhile, we're like, college students will definitely wear masks. We should let them go into class.
No.
Yeah, that is. And you know what else plays at college sports games? The national anthem.
It's true.
I feel like there's something here. 3 is a pattern.
I will start kneeling during Seven Nation Army.
Thank you. He's a white person from Detroit, so we automatically don't trust him.
It's probably fair.
He meaning Jack White of the White Stripes, not I don't know where the girl in the White Stripes is from.
I have truly no clue. I didn't even know there was a girl in the White Stripes, so. Oh, I guess I hear her singing, so.
She chick drummer.
Yeah. Let's see. Katie said in the eloquent line of "Fuck yeah, we're gonna fuck them up and get them all out now."
Okay.
Yeah. And I had a drink for Alex randomly speaking Spanish and talking about suerte.
What is suerte?
He's talking about luck. Suerte means luck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, bon suerto. Bon suerte?
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah. Buena suerte.
Buena suerte. That's good luck?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I don't speak a word of Spanish. That just sounded familiar to me. Buena suerte.
You learned something today. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. It's kind of similar in French.
Yeah.
My other that's so not any particular year, just any year before 2020 is Katie keeps coughing into her hand during this episode.
And no one reacts.
Which is so fucking annoying. In 2020, it's just like, oh my God, stop.
Oh, I also like that. Speaking of medical things, we had the return of Micah's allergies and Evan, just true friendship, telling him to stop rubbing his eyes.
Yeah, I know. I received some more alcohol.
Oh, nice. Hi, Kevin. Hey.
Oh, and there's Cassie. She's already made an appearance. She really hates microphones. I tried to put the microphone in her face and she ran out. She didn't like it at all. Yeah. So yes, Micah's allergies is kind of a running theme in this whole season. It comes up every episode.
He sneezed a couple times this episode. I mean, it was a big episode. I think a CP3.
Yeah, I always sneeze P3. Nope, that wasn't anything. I would have a sneeze 3P3 edit. Sneeze 3PO. I am constantly sneezing is what I'm saying. It's not COVID. I just sneeze a lot. This is my last night. Just by the way, this is my last night before my fellowship. No, not my last night before my fellowship starts. My fellowship starts on Wednesday. So this is like the last night that I like don't have a thing in the morning, if that makes sense. So I'm going kind of hard. That's why.
Okay, understandable. Okay, I'll join you. Yeah. Despite that I have
this is like my last like weekend unemployment night.
I should have done that the last night I had before I stopped having off weeks forever. That was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, I get up at the same time every day because you can hit snooze on an alarm clock, but you cannot hit snooze on a pit bull at 8 a.m. No. So
yeah, you can't.
Doesn't really matter, but
you could try. Yeah, and I know I joked about this at the top, but disappointing outcomes from Google and Siri. It's just crazy they don't have, guidance on how to play Survivor.
Yeah. Also, I feel like I can't explain this, but it tracks that Micah has an Android and Evan has an iPhone.
It does.
It just makes sense. It's like people being left-handed. Like every time somebody Oreo Cookies 32 just truly like has the tea.
Love the takes.
It's just such good takes. Every time you don't necessarily know when you meet somebody that they're left-handed, but like when somebody tells you that they're left-handed, for some reason it always like makes sense. I feel like that's the same thing with iPhone and Android people. Like most people are iPhone people, but when somebody tells you they're an Android person, you're like, oh, that makes sense.
But you're not saying they're correlated, right? Like
because I'm right-handed and an Android person, and you're left-handed and an iPhone person.
But
although you have a PC computer and I have a Mac computer, so what's wrong with this?
Weird. Yeah. Oh, I also used my right hand for my phone.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone
wait. No, I use my right hand for. No, I have to use both hands for my phone. I have tiny hands and a gigantic phone. I use both hands equally for my phone.
Me.
Yeah, tiny hands, huge phone. Anyway,
speaking of tiny hands, Oreo Cookies 32.
Well, I play I almost said backhanded. Backgammon the lefty way. So we've all got our things.
A different way to. Oh my god, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a lefty and a righty way to set up backgammon. You can play either way, but my father is famously left-handed, and I learned how to play from him. So,
yeah.
Who's your favorite famous lefty?
Wow.
This seems like something that you would have represented by left.
No, I do, and I don't know why I'm like. It's just because my brain's fried right now.
Also, like sports are like the only time that you know that somebody's a lefty.
I know. No, there's specific.
It's not like in any other profession. They're like, here comes Ariana Grande for her set at the VMAs. She's a lefty. She's not, but like they don't announce it in any other thing except baseball.
No, this does. What? Oh my god! What is wrong with me right now? I literally can't think of a lefty athlete. People. Yeah, I can't think of a lefty athlete right now, which is
okay.
Lefty?
I don't know, but I googled famous left-handed people, and I'm gonna you try to guess the first one that came up. Don't Google it. I'm gonna give you some clues.
We'll see if it's the same list. If it's Da Vinci, it's the same list.
No, it's not Da Vinci.
Okay, I don't know that.
Okay, so this person is currently alive. This person is a musician, and this person is very, very famous. Like when they say that this is the most famous left-handed person, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And this person is not American. The clues will get more specific as you get.
Elton John?
No, close. Same generation, same country.
Oh, Paul McCartney.
Yes.
Nice.
I guess guitars you also know if they're left-handed.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense, yeah.
The second most famous person is Whoopi Goldberg. But then I feel like it takes kind of a dip because the third most famous person that's listed is Tim Allen. And I feel like he's not quite as famous as Whoopi Goldberg or Paul McCartney.
They have Brad Pitt on the list I'm looking at. So like,
Mine has, and then it's Matt Groening, James Garfield, the president, Kurt Cobain, a person I've never heard of named Sandy Koufax. Wow, Ringo Starr.
Obama's the one that I specifically remember.
Wow, Ringo Starr, half the Beatles left-handed.
Gretzky.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever heard of him?
Yeah, there's a baseball player whose name is Lefty Grove. Not sure if he is a lefty or they just got confused, the algorithm.
It was changed at Ellis Island.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now that we have identified our lefties, did you enjoy the Katie Andy Heron segment?
Which was what? Everybody Trust Me?
Katie's everyone's final two, and then Matt just like is like, so let's see, Molly's closest with Katie, Alex is closest with Katie, I'm closest with Katie, and just like no
reaction to that. Yeah. It's probably fine. It'll probably be fine.
Yeah. I mean, he did say he wanted a final two with Molly, and knowing that it's not a final two this season, I could just say, how would you feel if the season ended with a Matt Molly final two?
Not great.
Not great. Yeah. Let's go to the challenge. So, I know you don't. I don't know if you cared a lot about this, but did you have thoughts on like would you search for the idol if you were the tree? I feel like no one really played this quite right.
You mean you have to either go all in or on one side?
I just feel like there was more they could have done to like really, and I know they did search a lot because the challenge was so long, but I feel like you either got to like really have a dedicated idol searcher. Like the only thing that can really save the trio here is an idol, but I feel like they like didn't really totally commit and kind of wanted to be safe, and I don't know.
I think maybe they just didn't have enough time to plan that. Also, the person who wins immunity is like guaranteed safe, where like you know that you can win immunity, you don't even know that you can find the idol, so I feel like it would be tough to designate in a short period of time like who goes for immunity and who goes for the idol. I feel like you don't want to be the person who's going for the idol.
Yeah, you want to try to get safety, and I guess they did search early, and Katie also was looking, so you could just think that Katie would find it. You don't have a guarantee, like you're saying. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, this doesn't matter. But I'm not allowed to type in the public chat. Ariana Grande is not left-handed, so I just don't want anybody to be spreading false information.
That would be bad.
Yeah, I just don't want to get banned from YouTube.
So is the right side of the face the one she likes?
I don't know. The right side of the face is the one that I like. Are you confusing me and Ariana Grande again, Austin? It happens so much.
I used to very much prefer the right side of my face, but then I think I still prefer the right side.
I have moles on. No, I like the left side of my face better. I'm looking at myself here, and it's the right side of it's flipped. So I have moles on one side of my face and not on the other. So this is my preferred side. You
could just do the whole podcast like that.
Often I do. People don't necessarily notice because if I just do it like this, then it doesn't really matter. Dead on is okay, but you'll never catch me with the mic to this side.
There's no T that way. There's only
my side. Way. No. Plus, I have my hair like Ariana Grande right now, so
that's true. Famous lefty.
No, stop it.
What did you have thoughts on the bulge in Micah's pocket?
I always have thoughts.
It was something. Did you catch the scene?
No, apparently not. I literally just watched this. I swear I watched the whole episode. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right after the challenge, Katie is like, I think Micah found it. And Matt's like, why? And she's like,
oh, yeah.
And she's like, he had something tiny in his pocket. And Matt was like, Katie said she said he had a bulge in the pocket. And Matt was like, he had some bulge. And he's like doing this. He's like something in his pocket. And he was wearing tight-fitting jeans. And
is Danny that something tiny in your pocket, or are you just not happy at all to see me?
Danny was sitting next to me, and he was like, I cannot believe you just zoomed in on Micah's crotch. And I was like,
I can absolutely believe that. And thank you.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess you didn't have any thoughts on the bulge, so that's fine.
I told you I have a lot of thoughts all the time. I just don't think they're appropriate to share here today.
Always a mix of turned on and confused, as we said.
Exactly.
Yeah. We had a scene of Alex and Evan, and Alex really finally flips the tables on Evan here, really not giving him much of anything for the first time.
Yeah, this scene was like weird and uncomfortable for everyone involved.
I had 2 moments where I said ... drink just because it was odd, but I didn't really know what to make of it.
Which was what?
One where Alex is just sitting there saying nothing for like 3 straight questions, and the other when he was like, Evan has a tell, and the tell is that he didn't have cognitive dissonance, and that was my other one.
Sure, yeah, it was very Machiavellian of him.
Yeah, he also really embraced the chillin' look. He had like the arm dangled, and he was like,
yeah, because he's in charge now, and he really hoped that Evan would open the line of communication so he can go tell him to go fuck himself, but he did not say that to Evan.
Have you ever hoped that for someone?
For someone to open the lines of communication so I can say go fuck yourself? Yes, absolutely, because I do have ex-boyfriends, and I have definitely hoped that and gotten to live it once.
I heard opening the line of communication for that is called poking.
I don't like that at all. It's called bulging.
Bulging, yes. Your ex would like to bulge with you. I don't know.
We're going to have a battle of the bulge if he tries to do that.
That's what ruined Big Brother.
Bulging?
No, battle of the block. Battle of the bulge.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, I know Big Brother.
So many steps away.
Yeah. Also, did you notice everybody was like just moving their hands up and down the dizzy bat over and over? Like it seemed like a real fixation on that. It's just like stroking. Happens a lot.
Something slightly Freudian going on.
Yeah. Did you think that Ahsoka Trio did a good job pitching Molly? Do you think they could have done anything different?
I don't really think so. I think the only thing that they can do differently is do this as close to tribal council as possible so that she doesn't have a chance to tell to Katie about it. I mean, that's obviously like hindsight 2020. Like, I don't fault them at all. I just think like if we are analyzing something they could have done differently, I think the last person to give Molly positive affirmation is gonna win out here. Whoever is the last person to make Molly feel good, I think, is gonna get her.
Yeah, you don't know. That's the Nicole Senti approach, but you don't know Nicole Senti. So
I know of Nicole Senti.
Yeah, she almost played in Reunion. She was.
I heard that.
Yeah, you've heard that from Danny before, I'm sure.
Yes, Danny was famously not pleased.
No. I mean, Katie's bullshit detector was very on point this episode. Like,
yeah, definitely. Not that any of this like took a detective to get to the bottom to, but yeah, I do think that it's hard to get one past Katie.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, not shocking, but I think it's hard to ever be certain of things, and she was right away just like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah,
like there's no way they didn't know about each other. There's no way they want a final 3 with you. Just like, nope, right. Nope. I think that also one of Katie's skills is that like she is the kind of person who knows when to sit back and listen and let people dictate. But like when she's like, she knows when it's time to like step in and be firm about something.
Yeah.
And I think she like uses that at the right time where it's not really off-putting to people.
Yeah. Katie is just a good convincer.
Yeah.
Like that's a skill. It's not necessarily lying and it's not necessarily leading. It's something in between of just persuading.
Yeah. And it's like, that's so built in with like charisma and being likable too.
That is absolutely a character trait. That's like not something that you can learn.
Yeah. We had Alex playing chess again while they're doing a
yes, I did see that. Yeah.
And also, I don't know if you caught this because it was like kind of hard to hear, but they were like, "What did Evan say to you?" And he was like, "Save my life, please." Did you hear that?
Spot on Evan impression. No, I didn't hear it, but great.
Yeah. And I also like that last thing before Tribal that Evan was like, I mean, if she did this, I'd vote for Molly. And Shannon was like, I'd think about it.
Like, I mean, I think, yeah, I mean, it's easy to say now, but if Molly did this, then probably you wouldn't have to vote for Molly because one of you would be in the final 3. Like the whole point of Molly flipping is so that at least one of the Ahsoka Trio can make it to the final 3. So it's funny that they're talking about like Molly flipping and all of them being on the jury, but yeah.
Oreo Cookies is here to find out who our IRL Survivor stan is.
I don't know what that means.
Like who for CBS Survivor we stan?
Or who from that phrasing makes it sound like who from CBS Survivor stands us.
I mean, that would be Adam Klein, but
and Gabby Pascuzzi probably.
I like Gabby, yeah, but not she doesn't stand Survivor.
She's
Maryland.
like literally our friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Survivor Maryland, not us personally.
Oh, I don't know what they were for. I mean, Oreo cookies.
Jerry Manthey and I are friendly.
You should tell Jerry Manthey to watch Survivor Maryland. There you
Survivor
go.
Man. No,
I was thinking about it when even I filtered that one out. You know, it's not good.
It sounded like it would make sense because in my head I see Maryland, which has like it starts with an M A and then has a Y, but the Y isn't pronounced in Maryland, so it didn't work.
My filter for those kind of things is like a giant vat of like it's like a colander, but with the like biggest version with the colander. Jesus, Lita, oh my god. The point is, a lot gets through the filter. That did not make it through my filter.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. No, you have to remember, I was the pun guy at work, so.
That's true. I never will not appreciate you for that. I should get my box of Punderdome. That was my going away present.
Oh my god! Wait, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, so they gave me the Punderdome, the game, which we can play. I'll bring it next time. I've never actually played it before.
Yeah, that sounds so fun. I feel like that would be a good just drinking game. Not drinking game, but we are drinking and need a game.
I don't remember what the actual game is. I think it might be like it gives you something and you have to make the pun, but I honestly don't even remember. But they hand wrote like puns to say goodbye to me, which was very cute.
Oh, so that's nice.
Yeah, it was personal. Did you have issues with Evan going a little scorched earth here? Some people didn't like the way he was saying Katie couldn't win and whatever. And
I mean, it's not a great look, but it's also like, I get it. It's hard being voted out.
Yeah, I always appreciate people who fight. I'll give people a benefit of the doubt for this.
Sure.
I also enjoyed Katie brushing her hair the whole time that she's having this debate. She's just like continually going like this.
That is that's often so. This might be just be me projecting, but people, almost everybody have like a self-soothing technique. So when we're feeling really anxious, like some people bounce their leg and some people like, bite their nails or whatever. I touch my hair, like I play with my hair constantly. And so I really appreciated that of being in a high pressure situation, just not being able to stop touching your hair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually probably is a good point. I didn't think about that way. So
everybody has like these physical kind of tics that they do.
See, mine is always my hair, but that isn't because I'm uncomfortable. It's because I am uncomfortable with my hair, so I had to fix it.
Yeah, but if you're ever like really nervous, just like notice what you're doing with your body to calm yourself down.
Sweating profusely.
Yes, I don't think that counts because you can't control that.
No, darn, that's unfortunate.
Oh, Danny Hoffman calls you out. Says Austin bites his nails.
Oh, who knew this viewer was here tonight?
Wow, Danny, what is that photo? Did you create an account on StreamYard?
This was his Tinder photo.
Gasp! He connected StreamYard to this Tinder. This is streaming directly onto Danny's Tinder right now.
Like his picture from like I don't know, sophomore year of college or something. Viewer 3. Danny one time made a Reddit account to say. No, it was not. Hello. I'm on the wrong side of the screen. Hi.
Hey, Danny.
Look, Kevin made an appearance. This basically is boyfriend cast tonight. Yeah.
Oh, we stand boyfriend cast. It'll happen someday.
Yeah. Did you have any other thoughts on the episode?
Not really. I mean, this was not like a hashtag blindside. I really appreciate Micah for taking his top off, end of sentence, but also I appreciate it for like making the episode more interesting. This is a good challenge, fun to watch because you just have no idea who's going to win.
Oh, good. I honestly never really know how that one comes across viewing wise. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I think it's good because anything that you can't tell who's going to win until it happens is a good challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It does seem like Matt's going to win for a second and then he doesn't. And that's more fun. So poor Matt.
I feel like
this podcast, so.
Evan is he's not only the Roxy Andrews, but also the Jin Ho of these immunity challenge, the legend of second place.
Poor Jin Ho. Is that an all-star spoiler? I don't know. I haven't seen season 4.
No, Jin-ho was on season 1 and
he won though.
Right, but his whole no spoilers. I mean, you just did, but his whole thing was the Legend of Second Place because he's a professional video gamer, and that's like what his nickname was.
You're right. Yeah,
yeah.
And they had the other guy that he competed against.
Yeah, not to mansplain the genius to you.
Please mansplain it. Korean explained it.
I wasn't even sure what show we were talking about.
Yeah,
so I thought we were on Drag Race because I heard Roxy Andrews, but
we have been talking
Roxy
about
Andrews was on the Genius.
Does Matt from Survivor Guts and Glory have gay energy?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Completely.
Thank you.
Was this a debate?
It wasn't a debate. It was a discussion. It was a discussion.
Right side of
it was a discussion.
Well, discussion over.
Where's the gavel? Where's the gavel, Lita?
It's right here.
It's dual purpose now.
Yes. Danny, have you ever seen this?
No.
It says, Honorable Judge Lita Brillman, Chief Justice of Cancellation.
I love it. Is that a Kevin gift?
Of course.
Who
else knows me that well? What?
Yeah. That one's been for a while. You've had it for a year now?
Well, Kevin and I have been dating for over a year.
That would be... Although that doesn't mean that Kevin wasn't giving you gifts before that.
Oh, it definitely doesn't. That's so true. Yes, Austin, I think was famously the first person I told in person. Okay, nobody cares about this, but yeah, Austin and I went to a bar in Arlington like the day after it happened.
That is true. Yeah. I remember because I came from work that on a Wednesday. We had a Wednesday meetup. It's lovely. Back when we did things in person.
The day of the week. Yeah, remember? That's so 2015 moment doing things in person. So
2018 moment.
Going to a bar.
2019. All right. Speaking of, should we do superlatives?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm signing off.
Did we? Oh, goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hi, Danny.
Just for my internship in college.
What?
Oh, the picture is from his internship in college, which was like sophomore junior year. So I was accurate.
Professional headshots taken. One was that internship in college, and one is my current job. And that was not the current one. Bye.
I said it was sophomore year of college. I don't understand. I think we might have missed a drink because I feel like we had some sass of me. I don't know if I have a specific example, but during the challenge, I think maybe Evan yelling the lock was broken or something.
Okay.
It's tough to convince you on that one.
Well, no, I was thinking of if there was any other ones, but no, that's fine.
No Shannon driving this episode that I know of.
I couldn't believe it, except driving them to work harder and not give up.
Yeah. Love the optimism. Did you have a cancellation weekly? Anyone we need to... I mean, we already did the gavel once. Is there any other person we need to?
Wait, I live for Cancellation Weekly, my new magazine that you can subscribe to. Please subscribe to my newsletter.
Hashtag not us weekly.
Yeah. No, I don't think anybody was canceled. I don't think there's anything problematic going on in this episode.
We've still only canceled Mike and Shannon's traffic violations. That's it.
Yeah, of course. We stand traffic law and nothing else.
Did you have a favorite quote? I know we talked about a couple of them. Did you have a number one?
I'm trying to plug in my phone. I'm sorry that by phone I mean computer. I'm sorry that I'm like disappearing. I think that the best quote was
Hi, Kevin.
Katie shit talking Molly. Molly doesn't know anything anyway. So.
Yeah, just brutal.
Oh wait, there was another good quote that I wanted to bring up that was Molly is channeling Nicola's like low-key horniness where Micah's like or Evan is saying like, I don't know if anything else I can offer you besides maybe a back rub, and Molly does like a very obvious like, haha, no, but like what if unless like she's like, that does sound nice right now, LOL JK, unless.
Like, yeah, if Katie had told her it was a good idea, she would have gone for it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, if you have to sit out a whole immunity challenge for a backache that you can't even come and view the challenge during.
I think it was that like she wasn't sure she was going to do the challenge. She then had a conflict that day, and I was like, well, if you're not going to do the challenge, I'm not going to reschedule it because you're not going to play anyway. So I think that was the
Okay.
The logistical
Understood.
aspect behind it. But sure, we can go with the alternative theory that she just couldn't even make it all the way over there. It was like Terry. She was all the way in Denton Hall.
So far.
So far.
If only she had Shannon's car.
Oh, she got stranded and Shannon didn't drive it this week. She just like drove. Did you have a best scene or moment?
Micah at Tribal. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Best player of the episode.
I mean, I feel like you have to give it to Katie because of that Andy Herron moment of if everybody in her alliance trusts her more than anybody else, then that's the spot you want to be in.
It is true. Did you have a That's So College moment?
No, I think the Hunger Games quote was maybe my 2018 moment.
Yeah. I let you have the cop out of trio for the last Fish Out of Water award. Do you have a Fish Out of Water for next week?
Oh God, I mean Micah, it's got to be.
Okay.
Seems like he's the bigger target for some reason. I don't know why Shannon wasn't really on the block this week, but
she was immune. So yeah,
right. Okay.
Soldier's Creed. It was a Soldier's Creed. She's a professional.
Yeah. Okay, I'll still say Micah. I think that Shannon is fighting harder.
Okay. Do we have a leader of the pack? I mean, it could be Katie. It could be someone you just want to give it to.
We got to give it to Micah. Has the first ever dual leader of the pack, Fish Out of Water.
Iconic combo.
Because he was both my favorite and in the worst position.
Micah's third leader of the pack award.
Wow, is that the
most?
Like
leader of the six pack award. Did you hear that one?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Leader of the six pack. I mean, he doesn't really have a six pack, but
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a good joke. It's just not entirely accurate.
Yeah. Is there something with like ab as a joke there at least? Like, is there like?
I'm not really sure if I can stomach that pun, Austin.
Man, I'm really.
I mean, I will say Micah is the only person that I've ever played chicken in a pool with, so that automatically gives him a leg up.
The only person?
The only person on Survivor, Maryland.
Guts and Glory. With me and Danny? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was me and Micah versus you and Danny.
Wow, what a 20 not 20 moment.
In Jordan Schubel's pool, so many Survivor Maryland.
Wow, worlds colliding.
Also, those teams were going to be unfair no matter what because all of you have like a good 40 pounds and 10 inches on me.
Whoa, 10 inches. Whoa, I mean, that's presumptive.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, and you're taller than me.
Crazy how that works. All right. Well, Lita, your fellowship is coming up very soon. It's very exciting. Anything else that you not in that world that you would like to plug?
Saori, you just completely froze.
Oh no.
All I heard was coming up very soon.
I said your fellowship is coming up very soon. That's exciting. Is there anything else going on that you'd like to plug?
I was on Bitter Jurors Avatar: The Last Airbender podcast not that long ago, and I will be on it again very soon. I don't know when exactly that's coming out, but we're recording this week. So, what?
I said I feel snubbed.
Well, Avatar is the cornerstone of Sam and my friendship, so I got a lot of dibs on the episodes that I like a lot. So, definitely check out the Bitter. I did the what do you call it? The Blue Spirit. And then tomorrow I'm recording the one where Yue is introduced because she's one of my favorite characters.
Spoiler.
Yeah, so I'm doing that. I'll be on every season of that. So definitely subscribe to the Bitter Jurors podcast. And there's really not too much else that I'm doing. Follow me on Twitter at Lita Tweeted. Follow me on Instagram at Lita Grammed. I was maybe gonna talk Big Brother, but the season is so boring that I don't know if that's gonna happen. But just follow my socials, and if I do that, then you will see me there. And you can always DM me your Pokemon Go trainer code, and I will add you and send you gifts.
Yeah. On my end, just make sure. Well, not really my end, but make sure you guys, I assume if you're watching an hour and 9 minutes into a Guts and Glory episode 12 recap from 3 years ago, you probably are tracking on the Survivor Maryland season 7 premiere happening next week. But just in case, season 7 premiere happening next week. So, yay! It is not so common that we get Guts of Glory, that we get Survivor Maryland seasons made in work. So.
I am in my own home.
I felt it come through. I felt a breeze.
That was a wrong pipe. The rosé went down the wrong pipe cough, not an anything else cough.
I am so bad at drinking any liquid.
Would you say you have a drinking problem?
Yeah, I do have a drinking problem. I can't drink properly. Yeah.
Great.
I binge drink, but only in the moments where I drink way too much water and then it goes down the wrong pipe. I just binge in the moment. Yeah.
I love that.
Well, anyway, Lita, it's great to talk to you as always, and I will talk to you again soon. Good luck with the start of your fellowship if I don't talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye, everyone.